Hello all you beautiful people of the internet, hope you are all doing well. Welcome back to another episode of Cassar Industries, and I hope you all had an amazing Christmas with your friends, family and loved ones. And has New Year's been yet? Don't know, depends when I decide to release this video. If New Year's has not been yet, I hope you have a great New Year's, and if it's already been, then Happy New Year, and here's to a great 2024. Calais drift car is on the hoist behind us. I'm going to show you guys how to do a quick and easy mod to the front suspension on these, on basically this series of Commodore. It's a good modification to do if you're doing a bit of track work or anything that involves a fair bit of steering lock. Something that I've been wanting to do for quite a while, just haven't got around to it. But we've got a little bit of time today, so we're just going to crack into it and knock it out. So first things first, we'll set it up. Well, it's already set up on the hoist. We'll lift it up and get the front wheels off, and I'll show you what we're doing. All right, so we've got the Calais up on the hoist and the front wheels are off. So basically what we're going to be doing is relocating this front sway bar link. So this is the sway bar down here. We've got a link that runs upwards and picks up onto the strut. This has already been fitted with upgraded front sway bar links, but what actually happens if you're at full lock, turn the wheel for us, mate. What ends up happening is as the strut spins when you're turning the steering, it basically tries to stretch that link and hyperextend it. That causes two problems. It loads up the front sway bar, which isn't great. And the other thing is it wants to snap the steering wheel out of your hand because that sway bar link is trying to rotate the strut back to straight. So what we're basically going to do is we're going to put a little bracket on the bottom of the lower control arm down here and just run a short link from the lower control arm up to the sway bar. So how I do this basically is I make these little brackets. I've got another one for the other side. That basically goes on top of the lower control arm, and there's a U-bolt that will go under the lower control arm and hook into there, and then into here the sway bar link will go. The sway bar link that I'm using is a Super Pro part number TRC 4004. These are just cut to length. They're made with some thick all thread and they've got 10mm studs. So one end will go into here and the other end will attach to the end of the sway bar, but I'll get these mounted and I'll give you a bit more of an idea how it looks. All right, so I've got the brackets on the lower control arm. I've got a U-bolt on there as well. Ideally, a square bottom U-bolt would be ideal for this situation, but local bolt shop didn't have them. So I've just got on that on there really tight, and I've got some Loctite on the threads. I've also just put a little bit of weld between the lower control arm and the bracket. So now we've just got to cut the sway bar link to length. So it's obviously going to go between those 2 points. This bracket that I've made that goes on the arm is 115mm long. And I'm probably going to cut the sway bar link to about 150mm long. As for the factory links, these are them here. So these are already upgraded Petters units. These are the heavy duty one. We're trying a thicker rod. And as you can see on this one, it's actually already bent. I don't know if you can really see it, but it does have a little bit of a kick in it already. So even with upgraded links, they've already started to bend. So we'll go through, get these cut to length, get them installed, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, and there you have it. That's the finished result. So completely free of the strut. What's good about these adjustable length ones is you can actually change the angle in which you want them to line up, because there is about a sort of a 5 or 10 degree angle difference between each mount. But yeah, that's basically how it looks all done. Got this side in as well. So yeah, nice, easy mod. Got the car dropped back down now. The only other thing I did quickly on it while I had it on the hoist is this car does have an issue with dragging the rear brakes. I'm in the process of trying to figure out if it is the hydraulic handbrake or the foot brake. But in the rear brake line between the master cylinder and the ABS unit, I had this sort of doohickey contraption with a block off one-way valve in it. I installed that back when we were building this car to be a burnout car. And because it's a drift car now, we've never used that and we never will. So even if there was a slight chance that was causing the back brakes to bind, I thought I'd just delete it. Got no need for it, so yeah, that's done. Rightio guys, that's going to do us for this episode. Hope you enjoyed this bit of a mod that we've done to the suspension on the drift car. If you want to see more content and DIY stuff, please remember to like and subscribe. And until I see you again, I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves, be good to yourselves and one another.